Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome to Games and welcome to another Minecraft video. Today we're here on the multiplayer city that I've been working on for the last couple weeks here, and we're back for another episode of it, checking out some of the new builds and also maybe adding some additions to the new city. That's right, so if you guys remember correctly, last episode we were building this building right here, this fine apartment building, which I think actually turned out pretty good. Dark mentioned to me that he liked it, which was pretty cool, I think, because it was good to know that he actually liked the building. That was kind of one of my main concerns while building it. I did realize after that I didn't light it up, so that's a slight issue, of course. There's no lights in here, and there's bats all over the place, but that's not all that's new here. If you guys missed last episode, obviously we have this building, the Dark Jedi Towers, which I put together. Not such a fan of it anymore after seeing some of these other detailed buildings, but in the first episode we put together this building, as you will remember, and Dark has also put together that apartment building right there. Now before we get into some of the other new buildings here, I do want to mention that Dark had a really cool addition to this building, which I kind of continued throughout it, but this was just to add these granite pillars up, something that I never really thought of before, but added a ton of detail to this building. I think it looks pretty good now, so I'm getting much happier here as we add more detail to each building. But we'll start across the street, where I've been working actually pretty hard on this building because I've done some interiors and whatnot. It actually turned out pretty well in my opinion, but this is supposed to be like a modern, maybe not even modern, maybe a little bit of an older 80s design office building, kind of a mid-rise tower, and overall it's got a pretty cool lobby though that incorporates some shopping. We'll go ahead and give it a little quick tour here. We've got a parking garage on the one side, and then if we head around here, we have a little bit, maybe like a small department store, something along those lines, or maybe some sort of specialty retail store that could go in right here. We've got these all built into the base of the building. We've got the main lobby right here. This is the Oak Plank Law Firm. I'm obviously trying to incorporate some of the in-game blocks. So in this case, we use the Oak Plank Law Firm. We have inside here a couple couches in the lobby, a nice front desk that people can sit at, and also a couple paintings as you walk along. A food court is down in this area, and then we also have a little like coffee shop there. I think this is supposed to go right to the end. Not sure why this doesn't fully go there. Anyway, if we go to the floors, we get up here to, let's just go to this floor. You can see I've just put some basic desks around, nothing in the middle. Haven't detailed it too much, but I do like the scale of this property. It's pretty good, and overall I'm happy with it. If you come back around to the front here, we have two more additional buildings. This sheep has just finished shopping, I guess. This is another retail store right here, and we might do some interiors for these in the future. And then we also have this one right here, which is maybe like a little convenience store or something along those lines. I've also added this little thing up here. I've seen some outdoor signs. I believe they're called like tickers. They're stock tickers, and they have different numbers displaying the green being stocks that have gained value, and the red being stocks that have lost value, and then sort of having a divider in between there, and those would rotate through the board throughout the day, displaying different stock prices. So I added one of those on the outside. Don't know if that looks good, or maybe it looks more like a billboard or advertisement for the what is it, the convenience store down below. But either way, I think it's a nice little addition there as well. Kind of breaks up the height of the two storefronts, and overall I'm happy with how that building turned out. Also added the nice little fountain out here for good touch, and that was pretty much it. Now before we get to these, actually let's just do these right now. I was gonna go and show you some of the road stuff that I've done. These are two new office buildings that I put up, which I'm actually really happy with as well. I've taken to adding more detail, just as Dark had said, and I've really put some emphasis on some certain parts of these buildings. I've added some white stained glass going up on the gray pillar blocks that would usually just make up most of my buildings. I've also added these diorite walls, and they're kind of sticking out on either parts of the windows and the middle parts. I think these look pretty good overall. I'm not sure, people might think they look weird. I don't know, I think they look pretty cool, especially from a distance. Anyway, on this design we have two bases and two buildings, both at different heights, with a cool bridge that connects them. I've got some white outlined concrete outlining this bridge with the glass going up on the inside. So I think it looks very sleek, very modern, and I'm very happy with how this actually looks. Down the middle here, we have a little plaza that Dark had actually been working on. He put some trees in here, and I had just simply connected these. I built these bases, and I connected them on the inside of this plaza, both evenly spaced, and we have these really cool trees on the inside. So this creates a really cool vibe for people walking around the city. I think this is totally awesome, and the direction that we definitely want to head in, making it feel kind of more enclosed and tight, even when we're working on such a large scale. I think it looks really good. This bridge totally adds a ton of character to this piece of land as well. We've got a really cool little Starbucks going on in here. I don't know why I built a Starbucks, I thought it'd be funny. But I really wanted to test the idea. I actually have these lights, because I noticed in a restaurant the other day, they had these super high ceilings, but then these very large, I don't know why I started on that word, very large lights though that would come down from the ceiling and kind of block your view of it. which made the restaurant feel much more enclosed, but you still had those super high ceilings. I really like how this actually turned out. The little order window, the little pickup, some seating going all the way around the restaurant. This is overall, I think, a pretty cool design, and what I would be aiming to do in each one of these little stores, which I've added on the back halves of the main lobbies of these office towers. Aside from that, the rest of them remain empty, but we do have this nice little pathway that does carry on along the side of the building here. I've added some greenery, of course, going along as well, so I think it looks pretty good. It also lines up with Dark's apartment building, which I still absolutely love. I think this thing is awesome. So we've got a couple buildings going on there. I also want to just share real quick. I've added in basically another block here worth of streets. Anywhere where you see these stopping points is where I'm going to actually put some stone brick and continue the lines, making these into larger blocks. Anyway, this block right here was split into two, which is perfectly fine. I like that. I like the differences in each block, but you can see this one's kind of what I'm going to be doing to those ones over there, is cutting them off so we have the sidewalk continue along, making these into large blocks. We get down here, we get to the beach. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this beach like it is right now, but I was building this the other day and thought it turned out pretty good. It's got a little bit of a pattern going on here. I might build it in deeper to the water. One flaw with this world that when we made it was that we've only placed the blocks up or the dirt on like a regular flat world seed, which means that we really only have 4 blocks to work with, 3 underground if you count the top block as being one, which makes it quite difficult to do stuff like this, even build a big ocean. But I have built an ocean. This does go out like about 1,000 blocks or so it's pretty good. We're going to be continuing down the entire coastline, of course. Whoa, that was a little bit of lag there. I am on the server, so it can be a little laggy at times. I've also tried a little boardwalk idea here. Not sure if I'm going to do it or not. But we're going to have some condominium towers and random beach apartments going up here, hotels and whatnot on the other side of the road with some shopping along the bottom. I might have to extend this beach out, though, a little bit. I'm still not sure about the size of it, but overall, I think we're getting there, and it's looking all right. And that brings us to today, the very fun task that I've set out for myself, which is actually going to be doing some command setup for the world. And, of course, we don't have much room to work with underground. We don't have much room to work with at all in this world. But you'll notice here that if we enter this block, we enter the coordinates of 0, 0 pretty easily here. Let's see whereabouts they are. That's 0 right there. I don't know if they're supposed to be -0. I find that interesting right here. -0, is that a thing? I'm not sure. I don't think that's possible. Anyway, we're going to go right over here. 0, 0 is actually right here on this block. Is it? No, that's not it. It's this. No, it's this block right here. That's 0, 0. So I want some sort of building that you can walk out of there as you spawn. Maybe come down some steps, build it up though. Send the first floor, or maybe even the regular floors. If it's a skyscraper, could all be my command floors, because that's what we're gonna be working on today. Is a couple cool command features that are gonna be implemented into the world here. Hopefully, adding some money system. There's a couple crucial things that we need to set up this world as a multiplayer map. It is mainly for building, but I thought this would be fun just to add. And for when we get a couple more players on, maybe have some shops, functional shops that we can do some stuff with. So that I think could be a lot of fun. But for right now, we're going to build in this 3-wide section underground and kind of be pretty condensed down here. I'm not sure exactly how much room we're going to have. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of go out in a diagonal here from the original center block. We're going to fill in this area right here. We're just going to be doing a couple basic cool commands here that you guys can actually add to your city if you want, just to add a little bit more realisticness, I guess you could say. But we'll go right out to here with it, and then we're going to go right down to here, and we will fill this all in with air. That gives us a nice little command room. It's not the best by any means, but it will do for right now. We've got these 2 command blocks. These are running the time set day and the weather clear commands all the time, so we're just going to go ahead and move these down here for right now. Don't know if we're gonna be moving these again or not, but anyway, that will get them at least off the street level or surface level. These both are just repeat commands. They're always active. I grabbed them and copied them by holding down Command when I pressed R on them, which allows me to copy the commands inside of them. So those will be moved right to there. All right, so now that we're down here in our special little command room, which we'll probably have to expand in the future, we're gonna start off a couple cool things here. We're gonna go to scoreboard, and it might take me a little bit to remember how to do everything here, but let's just see if we can figure it out. Objectives. We're gonna be adding a new objective. The first one is going to be called money, just like so. We're going to be also naming it a dummy, which means that there's no actual value to it. You can see here in a couple of them, they can be based on death counts or your food or your health, and they can actually check for those things, or different team kills and whatnot. There's a couple of cool things you can do with these, but this one's actually just going to be a dummy, meaning that it doesn't actually represent anything. It's just a number. I'm not the best at displaying some of these things, but nevertheless, I think that was kind of understandable. The display name for it, I think I kind of want to be, oh no, wait, we can't use brackets. No, we can't use a $sign either. Can we not use any of these? Invalid chat component used. Just true to accept. Okay. Cache. That one's not working either. Maybe the display name doesn't work anymore. We don't have to put it in brackets like that, do we? Probably not, right? What is that bracket? It's that. Okay. No, definitely not. Okay, you know what? We'll leave it like that and see if it goes through. It does. So now I think the display name will actually come up as money. So now we're going to go to scoreboard, objectives, set display sidebar, and then money, which you can see is now one of our objectives. We're going to press enter and nothing will happen. Perfectly fine. Actually, that's not where it's going to go, but we'll leave it there for right now. And then we're going to go along here and add actually a player money. Test this system out. We're going to go ahead and add players, add my name, and then money, and then we'll add maybe $10 to my account. And there we go, $10 in my money account. Pretty cool. So a cool little cash system here. We're going to have to maybe design some ATMs, design some other sort of ways to get money out in this world. I'll have to discuss with Dark, and maybe I think we have one other person joining pretty soon on the world within the next week or so. So I'm pretty pumped for that. But we got our money here. We'll have to discuss how to what our actual currency should be, whether it should be gold or not, or what it should be. I don't know. But we've added $10 to my account there, just like so. To remove it, by the way, for any of you guys wondering, it's just the exact same thing, but remove eBoy's money and then 10. Now we'll display a 0. It will only display a 0 after you've added a certain amount up. But we're not actually going to keep the money there. I want to build a stock market in this game, believe it or not, eventually. I'm not going to do it yet, so I'm going to leave it there for right now. But this also gets in the way. So, whoa, where I'm going to store the money will be right beside your name in the tab menu. It will also be shown to other players when they walk by you. I'm trying to figure out how to show this. F5, above your name. So you know how when you can see people's name tags, it'll show up right above my name with the money amount. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. The next thing that I want to get going here, and I'm not exactly sure how to do this yet, so we're going to be learning this together here, trying to figure this out. I'm going to give myself another command block. I'm going to be, or I guess a new command block. I haven't given myself one yet. We're going to be placing it right here, though, and adding a new command for basically allowing players to have different statuses on the world. So like an owner status, an admin. Well, there won't be an owner status, actually. But whatever we decide, there should be an admin, just different, I don't know, different statuses. Maybe even like a middle class, lower class, upper class status. Although that might be a little bit obnoxious. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. We're gonna figure out how to do it though first, and then we'll figure out what kind of things we want to add. I think this is another objective add, and then we can go ahead here and add the objective. We'll call it admin. And then we'll say it is, I think this also has to be a dummy account. You can add them based on items too. Brown stained glass. I wonder, oh, if it's broken. So it can count how many times you break brown stained glass. This is crazy. And then you could probably reward people with money for it. Ooh, that could be cool in the future too. Because there's probably some here. There's a lot of them here. There's probably some here that involve breaking or killing mobs. I know there was some last time that involved every time that you killed mobs, or at least that we had set up in one of my worlds, where you would actually get paid for killing mobs, like mobs and whatever it is that you would kill, any sort of mobs that you wanted to. You can add a thing that would pay you for it. So it looks like there's quite a few things here. Broken. These are all the broken ones, and then I'm sure there's more for like placing stuff. I can't even scroll through these all though. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I think what we're gonna go with is just a dummy, and then just go ahead and add this. No, you know what? I think we have to create a team. You know what? I think this is what it is. We have the team. We're gonna add the team of admin, and then display name can just be admin. I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay, no display name. We'll just add the team admin. And then maybe team modify admin, color, and then dark blue I think would be most appropriate. And if this works, this is gonna be pretty cool. Dark blue, I think that's gonna be okay. Let's see if there's another option here. That's the color of it. Maybe display name. Oh, you can add friendly fire, color, death message, visibility, display name. Okay, so that will give you a display name, I guess, in front of yours. Let's say admin. Can we do that? I don't think we can. Oh, are these entering? Yeah, they are, right? I just realized I'm not even entering any of these. I'm just putting them in new commands. Okay, team add admin. Oh no, yeah, team add and then admin. This is pretty bad. Okay, there we go. We create a team. Now we're gonna go team modify admin. That's better. And then we're gonna go display name admin. Can we do that? No, we cannot. Okay, I'm not sure how you set up the display names yet, but we're just gonna go color maybe, and this should hopefully fix it. And then we'll do dark blue, and let's just try this. And now we're gonna go. Oh yes, okay, that's exactly what I want to do. And then team join admin. Bam. So now my name is dark blue. It shows up in chat as dark blue. I'm sure there's a way to add a name before it. Let's see what else we could do here though, real quick. Team modify admin with we do friendly fire, death message, visibility. I'm not familiar with exactly what all these things are. Prefix, like what would that be? Could we do admin? I think these are, again, a prefix is like a name that comes before it, isn't it? I'm not exactly sure how to add those, though, unfortunately. I think that's all of them. And then if I wanted to do team join or team add, and then, oh, okay, so here, team join, then Cake by Butter is like a placeholder account that's in the server. So we could join him to admin as well. Now his name appears as dark blue. Very interesting. Okay, so that kind of just at least will tell people, or it will give some form of rank in the chats here, or in the I guess in the text. What are these called? In your name tag. You'll be able to see what your rank is in your name tag, which I think is pretty cool. With that said, we're kind of running out of time here. I just wanted to try real quick one ATM idea that I did have. Let's see if we can figure it out. This one requires a little bit of redstone and probably won't be very practical to use, but let's try it anyway. I believe if we go along here and we create a repeater that goes, or a comparator that goes like this, into another command block, like so. I can't remember if we need it here or not. We'll play around with it though. This command block is basically going to remove, or no, not remove. What is it? It's clear at P, or we'll just put our name in there to make sure that always works in this case. We'll do Minecraft gold for right now. Gold ingot, and then 1 max count. Max count will be 1. I wonder if there's a way to add a minimum count, because that's what we really need. Then we'll just put a quick little lever, maybe with a little repeater going into it again, so we don't run into any issues. And that will trigger that, and then we're going to go along here, and if so, scoreboard, players add, we'll just put my name in there for right now, money 1. So this is basically going to take 1 gold ingot and convert it to $1. So if we go for a gold ingot, the other way around when you're buying stuff is actually very simple, I believe. But let's see here. It's going to take 1 gold ingot, and it gave us 1. Now, that's pretty good so far. So that means that that worked, which is remarkable. I've never had anything work like that before. So next up, we're going to see if we have no gold ingots, what happens. Okay, so it still gives it to us anyway. Interesting. Okay, what if we divide this with a comparator? Now let's try it. We have nothing on us. It will still give us money. Okay. If we flip that one on, it will still give us money. Okay. All right, I've tried to move this back now, sending signal directly into there, and it still does give us money. What about now? Let's see. Yes, okay, strange. I'm not exactly sure how I went about doing this last time. That's 8, okay, and 9, and 10. Interesting. The whole idea is basically for this block to clear this, because technically if this block isn't clearing any gold, which I shouldn't have any gold on me, then it shouldn't allow this comparator to react, right? Because it can't detect anything. Maybe if we put the comparator right out of this block. Let's see. Yeah, because now it's not going to detect anything. Oh, this might be a really simple way of doing this. Hold on. Because we can put that block right there, and that's it. Because that means it's either on or off. So there's no gold in there. And then if I have gold, let's just check this quickly, which now we're going to maybe grab 2 pieces of it. I flip the lever again. It's going to detect, and I do. Aha, then it gives me another $1. But then it doesn't turn it off, which may have been why this redstone comes into play somehow, because then it double hits it. Aha, yep, that looks like it. Okay, let's try that again. I think we're onto something here. There we go. We did it, and it got us $12. Then we hit it again. $13. $14. Beautiful. Okay, now let's say we have 1 left. Whoops, see, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. We have 1 left. We triggered it again. It takes it from us. Okay, it looks like it's got to be double switched somehow. That's we can get around that. Now I have none. Nothing. Look at that. Okay, wow, this is really cool, actually. That's pretty compact, and I think we can actually make that into a working ATM of some sort. And depositing it's even easier, because it just removes it from, it just remove player score 1, and then give them $1. So, you know, give them 1 gold bar. So this was the only thing that I had to check for, basically. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty straightforward. And there you guys have it. That's gonna do it for today. I just got a little bit engaged there in the command blocks a little. Well, there you guys have it. I got a little overtime on this video, just kind of getting too engaged with the command blocks, I guess. But that was exciting. I just love creating stuff like that, especially with commands in Minecraft and making the city kind of come to life a little bit more in a way. I'm sure we won't really use it that much, and that it won't be necessary by any means. But if we ever did want to open up the city for people to maybe purchase houses or something like that, or get a job and make it somewhat functional in the future, that is a system that we could use to go ahead and do that. And I really wanted to just play around with it, because I always love playing around with that kind of stuff. So that's what I decided to do today. Anyway, that is going to conclude today's episode. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.